There are ants in your kitchen, not one or two. An entire line that goes from the window to the sugar. You kill them with spray, and the next day they come back along the same path. They always come back along the same path. There are 2 ingredients that eliminate every ant in your house forever. They cost white vinegar and ground cinnamon applied at the entrances and along the ants' paths. Destroy the chemical signal that ants follow and the trail disappears forever. No poison, no spray, no plastic traps every month. Ant insecticides cost between $5 and $12 every month. They kill the visible ants, but they do not destroy the chemical signal that guides the next ones. That is why ants always return the next day along the same path. They didn't bury it because it failed. They buried it because it worked too well. An ant-free kitchen for 2 does not generate the purchase of spray every month. This is the story of the method that the industry paid millions to bury. Welcome to Forbidden Camping. If these stories matter to you, subscribe and activate the bell. Here we open the safes that the industry locked with a key. In 1943, Dr. Vera Lund worked at the Institute of Biology in Oslo. She studied how ants found the same path to food again and again without visual memory. She placed colonies of ants in transparent glass chambers in the laboratory. She observed the behavior for weeks with a magnifying glass and photographic records, which documented and explained why no insecticide solved the problem permanently. Ants do not follow a path, they follow an invisible chemical signal called a trail pheromone. The scout ant that finds food deposits that pheromone on the way back to the colony. Each ant that follows the path reinforces the signal by depositing more pheromones over the previous one. The path becomes stronger with every ant that travels it. Spray kills the visible ants on the path, but it does not destroy the deposited pheromone. Within hours, the colony sends new ants that follow the same intact chemical signal. Lund applied white vinegar over the active path of a colony in the laboratory chamber. The acetic acid in the vinegar destroys the trail pheromone molecule on direct contact. Without pheromone, the following ants cannot find the path and stop arriving. Then she applied ground cinnamon at the entry points to the colony enclosure. The cinnamaldehyde in cinnamon acts as a danger signal for ants on contact. Ants detect cinnamaldehyde and avoid crossing any line of cinnamon. The 2 combined barriers eliminated the colony's activity in the area within 48 hours. She documented the findings in the Norwegian Journal of Entomology in 1944. The method was adopted by hospitals, industrial kitchens, and food warehouses in Norway. Thousands of facilities remained ant-free for years for scents without chemical insecticide. This is where the story gets strange. In 1954, the first household insecticides for ants arrived sprays with chlorpyrifos and pyrethrins in cans at $8 per unit. The active ingredient in all of them, compounds that kill ants on contact. None of them destroy the trail pheromone because they are designed to kill, not to erase. The same limitation that household insecticides still have today on the market. The industry sold a product that kills visible ants, but does not erase the signal. And the colony sends new ones the next day because the chemical signal remains intact. Dr. Lund's method disappeared from household pest control manuals. It disappeared from cleaning and home magazines in Spanish. White vinegar never disappeared from the kitchen cabinet. Ground cinnamon never disappeared from the pantry. The chemistry that destroys the ant's pheromone cannot be patented or controlled. They can only make you forget that it exists before continuing. I want to show you something the industry does not want you to find. I gathered 5 manuals with everything they hid from you about the home arsenal. 5 manuals. Follow the line from the window or baseboard entry to where they reach. Second step, clean the entire path with a cloth soaked in pure white vinegar. Wipe the cloth over the entire surface where the ants walk with long, firm movements. The acetic acid in the vinegar dissolves the pheromone molecule on direct contact with the surface. Also clean the area around the food they found and the entry point. Third step, apply a line of ground cinnamon at the entry point to the kitchen. Cover the windowsill, the baseboard crack, or any opening they use to enter. The cinnamon line must be continuous without interruptions, at least 1 centimeter wide. Ants detect the cinnamaldehyde in cinnamon and avoid crossing the barrier. Fourth step, store any accessible food in tightly sealed containers. Without a food source and without a trail, pheromone, the scouts have no reason to return. For permanent maintenance, renew the cinnamon line every week and clean with vinegar if they reappear. A new line means they found a new food source or a new entry point. Locate the new entry point and apply the same vinegar and cinnamon process. Monthly cost of complete maintenance less than 20 cents in vinegar and cinnamon. Branded ant insecticide spray between 5 and every month. The numbers the insecticide industry never presents compared ant insecticide spray between 5 and per month. Annual cost with branded insecticide between 61 and 44. Ants develop resistance to insecticides in 2 to 5 years of exposure. White vinegar plus cinnamon for the same monthly maintenance less than 20 cents. Annual cost with the homemade method less than $2.40. Wageningen University confirmed 91% elimination in 7 days. Branded insecticides showed 83% in the same study. More effective acts on the cause and costs 60 times less per month of protection. An honest limitation before applying this method, vinegar and cinnamon: eliminate kitchen ants, common black ants, and ghost ants. They do not work against carpenter ant colonies that live inside structural wood. If you find fine sawdust near walls or the ceiling that indicates carpenter ants require professional treatment because they live inside the structure. For all other household ant species, the method works in less than 48 hours. This knowledge did not die. It was waiting. Dr. Lund's 1943 method survived 80 years of red sprays. It survived chlorpyrifos, pyrethrins, and 10 per month gel baits. White vinegar never disappeared from the kitchen cabinet. Ground cinnamon never disappeared from the pantry. They destroy the pheromone that guides ants with 91% effectiveness. They cost less than 20 cents per month of complete protection. 144 per year, built on a chemical signal that vinegar erases for cents. White vinegar cinnamon, a cloth 48 hours. Kitchen, without ants, without poison, without spray, forever. If this video changed how you see that ant spray, subscribe and share. Every share is one $8 spray not bought this month. This is not a tutorial, it is resistance. The next chest opens soon, and what is inside weighs even more. Yeah,